The 2019 Subaru Crosstrek crossover SUV gains more standard safety tech for the new year. The automaker said last week that its smart-sized crossover will now offer its EyeSight suite of driver assist technology on all Crosstrek trim levels, and now rings in at a starting price of $22,870, $100 more than last year, including a mandatory $975 destination charge. Buyers who opt for the available continuously variable transmission, CVT, can now upgrade to Subaru's EyeSight active safety technology as an $895 option on the base and premium trim levels. The gear, which includes automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure warnings, and active lane control, is standard on the Crosstrek Limited. Last year, EyeSight was optional on the Limited and Premium trims and not available on the base Crosstrek. The Crosstrek has been an IIH's top safety pick since its introduction in 2012, and standard active safety tech should help extend that streak. Besides changes to the price and safety equipment packaging, the Crosstrek otherwise carries over for 2019, meaning buyers get 17-inch alloy wheels, and a 6.5-inch infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard equipment. Stepping up to the premium trim at $23,870 nets a few features like a newly standard CD player and heated seats, while the limited trim at $27,195 packs in some more luxuries such as an upgraded 8.0-inch touchscreen for infotainment, push-button start, and upgraded safety features like reverse automatic braking and rear cross traffic alert in addition to EyeSight. While all Subarus have been selling like hotcakes in recent years, the Crosstrek has helped fuel the fire, quickly becoming the brand's third best-selling model in only 8 years. The Crosstrek keeps it simple with only one powertrain option, a 2.0-liter boxer 4-cylinder engine making 152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive is standard, and the Crosstrek can be had with either a 6-speed manual or the CVT. The 2019 Crosstrek hits dealerships late this summer.
The Subaru Forester will return to naturally aspirated petrol power exclusively when the new 5th-generation range goes on sale in Australia from September. It's the first time since 2010 that Subaru will be without a diesel-powered Forester in its Australian lineup, while the lack of a turbocharged petrol model ends a line of performance-focused variants that begin with the Forester GT back in 1997. A manual gearbox will also be missing from the new Forester lineup, which will be available exclusively with Subaru's latest Lean-Artronic continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT. At the launch of the all-new Forester in Japan this week, Subaru Australia Managing Director Colin Christie said the Japanese car maker's shift towards electrification for a number of global models meant streamlining its internal combustion engine range. Christie said, "I don't believe we'll see another diesel-powered Forester. The move towards electrification means we'll have a hybrid Forester in market by the end of next year, and a second hybrid model shortly after that in early 2020. It's the first hybrid for Subaru in Oz and we're really excited about it." Christie cited a growing sentiment against diesel-powered vehicles in Europe as further justification for the cessation of its Boxer diesel. The company's emissions tampering fiasco was another nail in the Subaru diesel's coffin. He continued, "All the things that are happening in Europe around diesel vehicles, Subaru saw that as an opportunity for Forester. To bring those kinds of vehicles hybrid and electric in place of the diesel makes sense. It's part of our ultimate move towards electric and alternate power." Instead of a diesel engine, the streamlined 2018 Subaru Forester range will be joined by a 106 kW 2.0-liter mild hybrid powertrain dubbed the Boxer at the end of 2019. According to Subaru, the e-Boxer's petrol engine and electric motor are used variably depending on conditions. with the electric assist function able to deliver torque quickly and in conjunction with its eyesight safety technology. It's anticipated the e-Boxer hybrid system will also be available in the updated Subaru XV or new Outback within the next 18 to 24 months. Christie continued, "It makes sense that our hybrid models are in packages that everybody knows and understands, and not a completely standalone product. We've got a plug-in hybrid model going into the US market soon, but what that means for Australia we're not sure at this point in time. If electric vehicles are only a few years behind our mild hybrid e-Boxer range, then I could see us moving from the mild hybrid variant straight into an electric vehicle at some point in time." Unfortunately for fans of the sporty Forester XT, Subaru's electric push also spells the end of turbocharged petrol performance. The current Forester is available with the option of a 2.0-liter turbo Ford that delivers 177 kilowatts and is capable of 0 to 100 km/h acceleration in 7.5 seconds. The fifth-generation Forester will produce 136 kilowatts from its 2.5-liter direct-injected petrol unit, and with a curb weight increase of up to 20 kilograms it won't deliver anything like the acceleration of its force-fed predecessor. Christie said, "The XT is a terrific car, a bit of a halo car for the Forester brand, and we're sad to see it go, obviously. But the sales volumes weren't massive by the end. The policy now is to move toward electrification and there are no plans to bring back the XT that I am aware of."
Subaru is rising. The small Japanese brand has had 78 months of consecutive growth. According to Edmunds.com, it is one of the industry leaders in conquest sales, taking customers from other brands, and has the second highest brand loyalty rate, behind Toyota. It has capitalized on the crossover craze and eaten away at the market share of the big boys without having a big boy in its lineup. Until now. With the 2019 Ascent, Subaru finally has a proper three-row crossover with all-wheel drive safety, off-road capability and full family hauler functionality. A three-row crossover is as exciting as your second grader's artwork. But the Ascent fills a huge void in Subaru's relatively small lineup and should keep loyalists in the family as they get a family. Subaru either learned from its mistakes in the wishy-washy Tribeca or learned from being the last automaker to offer a competitive three-row crossover. The Ascent drives much smaller than the other latecomer, the Volkswagen Atlas, and feels more like the sporting Mazda CX-9 behind the wheel. It's a smooth adjustment for consumers going from a smaller crossover or even a car. The all-new turbocharged Boxer 4-cylinder engine makes 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque, good enough to tow 5,000 pounds, according to Subaru. That output beats the 3.6-liter flat-six engine in other subbies, so expected to be the engine of the future. Because the pistons are horizontally opposed, the Boxer engine sits lower in the bay and has less vibration than inline or V6 setups. It makes for a smoother, more nimble ride than other three-row crossovers. The step gear ratios in the continuously variable transmission approximate the shift points you'd come to expect in an automatic transmission without the heavy droning and sense of anticipation that comes with other CVTs. In short, the driver won't pay much attention to the inner workings of the powertrain. It's responsive for everyday needs and utilizes Subaru's effortless all-wheel drive system with X mode, which controls wheel spin at lower speeds. It sits larger than it rides, unlike the comparatively cramped CX-9. It's not as roomy as the Atlas or Honda Pilot in the third row, though. Subaru says 3 child seats could fit, but your knees ride high back there. Like most vehicles in this class, that row is best for grade schoolers. Also like the CX-9, Atlas and Ford Explorer, the top-of-the-line touring trim puts a price on premium. Java brown leather with heated everything contrasts against the black dash with silver accents. A wood grain console gives it that upscale touch, while the center stack has big climate and audio knobs for the gloved among us in the snow belt. There are essentially 3 vehicle info display areas, with some redundancy. The 8-inch touchscreen is mainly for navigation and for the passenger to have a say in audio controls or to play with apps. Above the center stack embedded in the dash is Subaru's multi-function display, which shows a more detailed look at what systems are in use, such as torque distribution or the engaged elements of eyesight. Subaru's excellent suite of advanced driver assistance systems. The vehicle info display in the gauge cluster shows speedometer, fuel economy, trip meters and more. The only confusing part is remembering where the buttons are to play with each one. Another nice thing to play with are the 19 Cuban pesos holders. Parents won't be surprised by how quickly they fill with non-cup kid stuff. Touring has 6 USB ports instead of 4, including 2 in the third row. The second row comes with captain's chairs with knobbish handles on top to help third row passengers climb in or out. Subtle, clever, Subaru. At this price point it would have been nice to have headrests that collapse when pulling a strap to collapse the third row. Ascent has a relatively low load floor despite having 8.7 inches of ground clearance for modest but capable off-roading. The doors open wide for easy access and the cargo area is wide on top and bottom to load 2 hockey bags vertically and still fit 7 passengers. And those roof rails can support a roof tent, which evidently is a thing. It's all very easy, which should be welcome relief to anyone hauling kids. In a market overrun with 3-row crossovers, Subaru needed the Ascent more than the market needed it. But Ascent should keep Subaru trending upward.